Alright guys, so this is a video that I didn't think I would ever have to make. Like, this was not on my 2024 bingo card, but it is. Like, this is real. And I just got to talk about it because it's one of the most embarrassing things I've ever seen. And it really is an indictment on both the current state of US politics as well as gaming. Because in no sane world should we ever see something like this. Like, this is just it's crazy. So as you can see right here, this is a tweet that IGN posted a few hours ago, and it reads, "Exclusive, the Kamala Harris campaign has revealed a first look at its Harris-themed Fortnite map as the Democrats continue their push to target gamers in the presidential election's final days." Here's a screenshot of the map. Freedom Town, USA. So let's actually read the article just so you can understand a little bit more what's going on here. Kamala Harris is courting gamers using Fortnite in the last week of the U.S. presidential campaign. New Fortnite creative maps supporting the campaign will make the final push for young male votes. Dude, this is, bro, this is so desperate. I'm gonna keep reading before I actually get my thoughts on this. It's the final week before the U.S. 2024 presidential election, and in the waning hours of her campaign, Vice President Kamala Harris is making a bid to a group that's not often targeted in such races, gamers. Today, Harris's campaign is launching its own Fortnite map, Freedom Town, USA. It's a custom creative map themed around some of Harris's campaign pledges, including tax breaks for small businesses and a focus on affordable housing. And here's the official trailer right here. Let's just...
Dark. Back from the dead is a miracle, doc. They taking a stand, embracing my destiny, shaking his hand, making them jump, making them dance. We about to change the game. We out here taking names. Let our voices rise. Let them reach the skies. We about to change the game. Let's go.
Wow. Yeah, paid, as you see right here, paid for by Harris for president. Not sponsored, endorsed, or administered by Epic Games. So I just want to clarify here. This is not an official Fortnite map, right? Epic Games is not promoting this. They didn't create this map. This map was created by the campaign. But yeah, you see what's going on here. Freedom Town, USA is joined by political takeovers of at least 8 other Fortnite creative maps. And here are the other maps he's created, which will include political in-game signage, custom models, and themed audio cues. One of these cues, played when collecting a cat, plays a quote from Harris's rival, former President Donald Trump. They're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs. Oh my goodness, man. This move comes as part of a recent, much broader appeal made by the Harris campaign to reach young male voters through video games. Other recent efforts include a Geeks and Nerds for Harris fundraiser, a weekend Twitch stream where Vice Presidential candidate Governor Tim Walz played Madden NFL and Crazy Taxi with Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC for short, and a number of advertising efforts across mobile games, sports, betting platforms, and YouTube channels. The Harris campaign has also advertised on IGN. You can view our policy on separation of editorial and advertising interests here. So okay, you can see what's going on here, right? The Harris campaign has already been advertised on IGN. So you could probably guess as to, what IGN's leaning is when it comes to politics, right? While the Trump campaign has not made similar targeted push to gamer audiences, the former president has commented on video games before. During his tenure in the White House, President Trump blamed violent video games for a shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, saying that such games were shaping young people's thoughts and publishing a reel of violent video games that included clips from Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Wolfenstein, Dead by Daylight, Sniper Elite, and Fallout 4. We reached out to former President Trump's campaign for comment. Okay, so you can see, you can see where they lean, right? Somebody actually did play the map, and they got screenshots. Kamala Harris made housing more affordable by building 3 million new homes. Help us get the building materials we need to finish construction on the new homes. Wow, man. Like, this is actually real, right? You could just see, like, the overt political propaganda. Now, here's my issue with this, right? It is not even because I'm not a Kamala Harris supporter. It's not because I'm a Trump supporter, which is not a secret. I'm pretty open about that. I mean, look at my profile picture on Twitter. That's not something that I try to hide or anything. But even just taking that out of it, like taking my bias out of it, it's like, this is literally just unethical. But it's also, it goes against the terms of service for the game. So if we go to the Fortnite Island creator rules here, we're going to scroll down and find commercial content and sponsorships. And this bullet point here says, whether commercial content or not, your island and your island's metadata must not include A, calls to action outside Fortnite, B, solicitation to join, participate in, or donate to a real-world religion, political organization, or military organization, C, product claims, D, dates to offer, or E, pricing. I think it's clear and obvious that this map would probably fall under solicitation to join, participate in, or donate to a real world organization, political organization, because it's literally trying to reach younger males and telling them that they need to vote Kamala Harris and they need to support Kamala Harris in order to stop Trump from winning the election, right? Like, let's just go on YouTube here. I mean, you can see the trailer on YouTube has gotten absolutely destroyed, absolutely ratioed. And let's just read the description here. Check out the Harris-Walz 2024 campaign's Fortnite map. Freedom Town, USA trailer. Help Vice President Kamala Harris and Governor Tim Walz put policies in place that protect our fundamental freedoms and defeat Donald Trump and MAGA Republicans this election. So clearly, that's the goal of this map. It's literally to try to get young gamers into supporting Kamala Harris and stopping Trump. And and there's so many issues with that because, again, you're pushing political propaganda in a video game. Whether it's pro-Kamala, whether it's pro-Trump, I don't care. That shit should not be in video games, especially a video game that has nothing to do with politics, right? Fortnite is a shooter. And yes, I know there's other modes now. I know you got rocket racing and the Fortnite festival. I know it's not just a shooter anymore, but at its core, the game is and always will be a third-person shooter, okay? It is not a place for politics, okay? It's fictional characters, cartoon characters shooting each other with guns. It is not a place for political propaganda. And it just goes to show how out of touch the Harris campaign is, thinking that they're going to appeal to gamers. Because they clearly don't even know the demographic they're trying to pander to. The majority of players that play Fortnite aren't even old enough to vote. Like, how are you going to expect these kids? Like, do they really expect little Timmy to be like, oh, I'm going to support Kamala Harris now. I'm going to vote for... Like, no, that's not going to happen. They're not going to vote for you. They're not old enough to vote. So it just oozes desperation. And then, of course, again, as I just explained to you, the map literally breaks TOS. So it's just crazy to me that IGN, one of the biggest gaming news outlets out there, right, is literally promoting this garbage. And I guess no one should really be surprised because it's IGN and we know exactly what their political leanings are. But this is just dumb. To be promoting this on their social media, it's just dumb. It's wild. I just want to read some of the comments here and see what people are saying. I grew up in a middle class family playing Fortnite, working at McDonald's. We got propaganda in Fortnite before GTA 6. Kamala, how do you do, fellow kids? That's literally what this is. The Harris-Walz 2024 Fortnite map, where armed multinational gangs shoot each other endlessly. They do realize that most of their player base is too young to vote, right? Facts! Exactly, facts! No matter what side you're on, this is hilarious that it exists. I mean, it is funny, but it's just so cringe at the same time. The absolute state of this clown world. Exactly, like, it really is. Like, again, this is an indictment of how much of a shit show politics has become, as well as the gaming industry. This is crazy. No political party of any kind should ever be in any game. Y'all are reaching desperately. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if this was a pro-Trump map, let's say that somebody made a pro-Trump map in Fortnite, I would still give them the same amount of smoke, okay? We don't need this shit in Fortnite. Let's let the kids be kids. Let them crank 90s. They don't need to have political propaganda shoved down their throats, man. So that's where the $1 billion campaign fund went into, a game primarily played by 12-year-olds. Bro, they're getting absolutely roasted right now. Harris-Walz new map, Migrant Town. Grab your tampons, call your wife's boyfriend. It's time for white dudes for Harris to go play their special Fortnite map. Yo, politics aside, this is kind of egregious. Saw something similar on Nickelodeon. I don't appreciate propaganda on either side being peddled to my kids. Exactly. Like, this shit is ridiculous. Like, we don't need this shit being pushed to kids. The idea that this was allowed to be uploaded with the video description it has is absolutely abhorrent. Epic and IGN should be ashamed. Well, yeah, they really should, because Epic, I don't even know how they even got the map made. Like, how did they approve of this? Like, even though it's not endorsed by Epic and it's not sponsored by Epic, they didn't create the map, they still allowed the map to be created, and they're still allowing IGN to promote it, right? Promoting it to their audience, promoting it to millions of players, right? And it's just like, how do they allow this? Like, how do they even get approved to upload something like this? Don't care about what side you're on. This is blatantly goes against Epic's TOS when it comes to creative maps. It blatantly states you cannot make real-world political maps, and the fact that they're desperately targeting children with this is disgusting. It really is. It really is. And now we have reached a ridiculous and unacceptable point of putting politics in the video game. It's like no matter where you go, nowadays politics are being shoved down your throat, and it's unacceptable. These games are supposed to get us away from real-life problems, not to continue to shove it down our face for no reason when people stop being like this. I agree 100%, man. Like, that guy is absolutely spot on. So the party that wants to get rid of guns makes an ad on a game that shoots guns, glorifies guns, and it has cartoon characters shooting these guns. It makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah, exactly. Aren't they supposed to be anti-gun? Like, what is this? So you guys get the idea, man. People are absolutely roasting this. Glorious like to dislike ratio. It's just like, yeah, man, this is embarrassing. We shouldn't be using video games as an outlet to push politics, to push political propaganda. And this isn't the first time that Fortnite has done stuff like this, right? You know, back in 2020, after the whole George Floyd thing, Fortnite removed police cars from the game, right? Those used to be a thing. There used to be police cars around the map that you could farm for mats, but they took that out the game following the whole BLM thing, right? They had like special party royale events where they would broadcast like certain like guest speakers or something where they would talk about, certain social issues and whatnot. So like players would literally just sit in front of the screen while the speaker is talking about racism or some shit like that. Back in 2021, they had the March on Washington event, which I made a video on and still one of my most controversial videos to this day. But basically, it's an MLK event. They had the MLK speech playing in the background, and you're walking around Washington looking at different monuments and whatnot, learning historical facts and shit. I mean, so they've done things that are similar to this, but nothing that is like this overt, where they have actual political campaigns using their funds to create a map in game in order to promote their campaign and to indoctrinate kids in order to get them to vote for them. This is insane. This is crazy. And it's unacceptable, man. Like, our politicians should not be doing this, and these gaming studios, these companies should not be allowing this shit to happen in their video games, man. It's sad, it's embarrassing, it's pathetic. And it's kind of dystopian in a sense too. Like politics and gaming, these are two completely different worlds, two different dimensions, two different universes. Like, these two things should never collide, man. Like, just last week we had Bernie Sanders doing a live stream with Pokimane and Valkyrie and Saikuno and a bunch of other people. And just a couple months ago we had Aiden Ross doing a live stream with Donald Trump. Like this meshing of politics and gaming culture, nerd culture, like it's just it shouldn't be happening. Like, streamers should have no business cozying up to politicians. Politicians' political campaigns should have no business in trying to push their agenda in video games. None of it is good. It's not good. And I hate it, man. I really do. So that's really all I gotta say, man. Hopefully this map gets banned. Hopefully IGN, takes this shit down. Everybody involved in this little stunt should be ashamed of themselves. And that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you in the next one.